Today we're going to be dealing with a ear-shy horse. And before we start dealing with the ear-shy horse, we have to go over some principles. When I'm working in an arena like this, I don't see the arena as being an arena anymore. I don't see the horse as being a horse, and I don't see myself as being a trainer. This arena is nothing more than a classroom. The horse is the student and I'm the teacher, and showing her that she can overcome her fear. I can't overcome her fear for her, it's impossible, but I certainly can show her exercises that she can overcome her own fear. So in dealing with the head-shy horse or ear-shy horse, just remember, the horse isn't throwing her head to get away from you or because she's mad or because she's trying to get even with us or because she's being stubborn. That's the last thing that horses do, and that's the last thing that horses are. She's doing it because she's scared of things on her ears. It's just a fear thing. It's not anything else. It's just this negative behavior on the horse's part. We've all seen people, come down and start jerking down on the halter, and what the horse's head does is goes up. The horse, starts throwing her head, and pretty soon we're going to have a hard time getting the halter on the horse. Pretty soon we're going to have a hard time bridling the horse. Pretty soon we're not even going to be able to get near the horse's head. Then we go, oh, you dumb horse, it's your fault, when we're the ones who taught the horse how to do it in the first place. Remember, you're always the teacher. So in step one of teaching the ear-shy horse to overcome her ear shyness is I want her to start dropping her head down below me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some pressure on this lead rope, maybe 2 or 3 pounds, and I'm going to put some pressure here. As soon as she drops her ears, even a 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to release the lead rope. It's the pressure that asks the horse to do the maneuver. It's the release that tells the horse that the horse got the answer right and did a good job. So I'm going to put some pressure here. I'm going to watch the tip of the ear. As soon as that tip of the ear drops a 1/4 of an inch, then I'm going to release the pressure. So even if it just drops a little bit, right there, it's not very noticeable, but if you're where I am at and you're looking at the tip of that ear, as soon as it drops a little bit, then release the pressure. Good girl. Good, right there. Good. Good. What she's going to start understanding is that I want her to drop her head. So just keep with it. Good. I'm only putting maybe 2 or 3 pounds of pressure down. Good. Good girl. Good, right there, that was better. Good. So when the horse is actually dropping her head down below you, she has to overcome her head shyness or her ear shyness to a point. All right, she has to overcome it because she's actually putting her head down below you. The fear is something over their head or something touching their head or their ears. That's the fear. If she wasn't nervous about me touching her head or her ears, then we could use this a lot of different ways in this horse's training. We're teaching her how to drop her head, to put the halter on easier, to bridle her, to worm her, to do a nasal. If you give your horses nasal for strangles or something, you're teaching her how to accept all these things. Ear clipping is a big one. I refuse to stand on any bucket to ear clip any horse. The horse needs to drop her head to my level so I can make ear clipping really easy. Oh, I'm not going to touch your ears yet. Don't worry about it. Good. Good. Okay. Yeah, drop your head again. Drop your head again. Good. So the next step we're going to go in is we're just going to start brushing her, or start petting her right here. Bring your head back up. We're going to start petting her right here, then we're going to pet her on the neck. So let me turn around this way so the camera can see better. All right, about there. So I'm going to pet her right here. Oh, bring your head back up. Now she thinks I want her to put her head down. So I'm going to pet her right here on the head. Then I'm going to come back and pet her here on the neck. I'm not even going to think about going over her ears right now. Okay, here on the head. Good. And here on the neck. Good girl. On the head and on the neck. Good. On the head. Good. On the neck. And now the whole time we're doing this, since ear shyness and head shyness is a fear thing, it's a fear, true fear that the horse has. Since we're dealing with this, she's finding out that we are not hurting her in any manner, any way. We haven't hurt her. We're not going to hurt her. We're just going to work her through this. Good girl. And the more times you do this, the better. Don't even think about going over her ears. It's tempting to want to go over her ears right now. I mean, it is really tempting, but I'm not even going to go there. Now, the more steps you put in your teaching, when you're teaching your horses, the more steps you put in it, the less you're going to see the problem come out. All right. So in other words, if you put 1,000 steps in this, you'd probably never, ever, ever, ever see that this horse is ear shy. The more steps you put into it, the more you break it down, the less you'll ever see those problems come out, whatever problem it is you're working with. Good girl. Yeah. Good girl. And good. So just keep doing this. You can never do enough of this. Good. Good girl. You're fine. Good girl. Okay, so the next step is going to be, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub her on the head, then I'm going to go over her ears just as fast as my hand can take me, all right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to want to go slow. If I start going slow, it's going to give her all the time in the world to react. Now, if I go over her ears as fast as I can, by the time she reacts, my hand is going to be back here. If she reacts, she might not, she may. So we're going to sit here and brush her right here, and go over her ears just as fast as you can. Do not wait, do not go slow, do not hesitate, just go over these ears just as fast as you can. If she was to react, my hand's already there and gone. She reacted over nothing. My hand had already left her ears. All right, so that'd be the next step. Good girl, just go over those ears just as fast as you can. Good. Oh, you're just fine. Good. And then what you're gonna wanna do from there is you can start slowing your hand speed down. Okay, so we're gonna slow it down a little bit. Now, if she was throwing her head, I'd keep the hand speed up until she was done throwing her head and she was comfortable with that. Good boy. Now, or good girl, I want her to lower her head a little bit. I didn't like her head that high. Right there, good. Right there, good. Now she flinched there a little bit. Have her put her head back down, good. Good, better. Good. Then right here. Good girl. And then right here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have her lower her head and I'm just going to go like this over her ears. See, now she did throw her head up, but my hand was already there and gone before she had a chance, before she threw her head up. Good girl. So lower your head right here. Good. And lower your head. Good. No, lower your head. Good girl. Yeah, that was better. Good, better. No, relax. Relax, good girl. Good. So she's finding this a little annoying. That's fine, we're just gonna keep working with it. Good girl. Good. Good girl. Good, that was better. More times you do it, that was a little bit better. Good. Right there, so I do have my hand on her nose and I have it locked down to my side in case her head came this way. She'd push me out of the way so I don't get hit with her head. Good. Good, that was better. And then from there, bring your head back up. I'm gonna go back over this way again. Good. Good girl. And she likes this way a lot more than coming from her neck to her forehead. From her forehead to her neck is fine. So we're gonna play around with this for a few more minutes. Good girl. Good, so that was perfect that time. She didn't throw her head. Good, we'll do it one more time. Good. Good girl. So just within 30, 40 minutes of doing this, she's come a long ways with her head and ear shyness. There's a lot more to it than just this, and we'll be back another day to show you more on the head and ear shy horse, more advanced exercises. So until next time, have a great day.
It'll drive a cowboy crazy, it'll drive a man insane. And he'll sell off everything he owns just to pay to play her game. And a broken home and some broken bones is all he'll have to show for all the years that he spent chasing this dream they call rodeo.